guys, today we are going to talk about how to apply polynomials to real world situations. So in this case, we're just going to talk about area and perimeter. So remember that the perimeter is the distance around a two-dimensional shape. So if I need to know the perimeter, I'm going to add all the sides together. So I'm going to add 6 plus 4. And then I need to know what this side is. And it doesn't have a label. However, I know that the 6 on this side has to be 6 on this side. And I know that 4 is already there. So that means if this is 4 and they have to add up to 6, that this little side is 2. So I'm going to say 4 plus 2 plus 3. Here's the 3, and then 4 plus 4. And then this last side, I know that this part of it is 3, and this part is 4. So I'm just going to say it's 7 total. And now I just add all those numbers. You could do it a shorter way. If you look at it as this is 6, and this is 6, and since this is 7, this also has to be 7. The only part you'd be missing then is this. So maybe don't take the shortcut. Maybe just do it all by hand. That way you won't make a mistake. So I have 10 plus 5 plus 11. So what is that? 15 plus 11. So that is 26. So 26, and don't forget your units. So 26 centimeters is my distance around that particular object. So if I'm going to find the perimeter in terms of x, that just means I'm going to leave the x there. So I'm going to start with the biggest, ugliest side, if you will, so that I have all the pieces. So I'm going to start here. So I'm going to say 5x squared minus 4x plus 3. And then I've got to do 6x squared plus 8. Now, I can write it all out in one line, but I like to stack things so that I have my like terms already grouped together. So there was no x term here, so I'm not going to put anything underneath the negative 4x. But I'm going to put the 6x squared under the 5x squared, so I add those two together. And then I'm going to put the 8 under the 3, so I add those two together. And then my last side here is 9x squared, so the 9x squared goes with the other x squareds. And then plus 3x and minus 10. So now I can just add all those together. So 5 and 6 is 11, plus 9 is 20. And then negative 4 and positive 3 is going to give me negative x, negative 1x. And then 3 plus 8 is positive 11. And then minus 10 is just 1. So I'm going to say plus 1. So that is my answer. And I wasn't given any units, so I don't have to worry about units in this one. Okay, so I'm doing perimeter again. So I'm going to start with my 3x plus 6. So there's 3x plus 6. And then I have 7x plus 4. And you'll notice that I am writing on the shape so that I don't forget which sides I've already added. Because I can be kind of bad sometimes about going through and skipping things. So there's 5x. And here is 12x plus 9. And then we have 5x again. And then we have just a little baby x. And then we have 7x plus 4. Okay, so I'm going to add all my x's together. So I have 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 8 is 18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 plus, and then 12 plus 5 is 17, and this is 18 plus 7. So that's 15, that's 18, and I got to carry my 1, so I have 48. So I have 48 x's. And then I have 6 plus 4 is 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's going to be 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So that's going to be my answer. Okay, so that's how you do perimeter. Area, you're just remembering the formulas for area. Remember, for a rectangle, it's length times width. For a triangle, it's 1/2 base times height. So if we have a rectangle and the dimensions are 3x plus 2 and 4x minus 3, it really doesn't matter which side is which. So 3x plus 2 and 4x minus 3. Because if we're going to find the area, we're multiplying. So we're going to do 3x plus 2 times 4x minus 3. We'll distribute our 3x. So 3x times 4x is 12x squared. 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. 2 times 4 is 8. So we're going to do plus 8x. And here you could stack those again if that's easier. In this case, it's not a huge deal because I've only got the two things I'm going to have to add together. So I have negative 9x and positive 8x. That's going to give me negative 1x. So this is 12x squared and then minus 6. Now the question actually is the area of the swimming pool is here. And then the coefficient of x squared. So that's what number is in front of x squared. And that's 12. So the other part to my answer is 12. So make sure you answer both things. All right, and so I'm just going to do a couple more of these. The area of the triangle in terms of x. So remember that the area is 1/2 base times height. So the base is going to be here. So it's x squared plus 3x plus 1. And let's see. X squared plus 3x plus 1. And then the height is 4x plus 2. And then the 1/2. Oh my. Okay. So I'm going to start by distributing the 4x plus 2. Okay? Because it's just smaller and it'll be faster. So 4x times x squared is going to give me, I'm going to make this bigger, 4x to the third. 4x times 3x is 12x squared. And 4x times 1 is 4x. And then I'm going to take my 2 times x squared. Now I am going to stack these because I just have more terms. So 2x squared is under the 12x squared. 2 times 3x is going to be 6x. And 4x times 1 is... Did I miss something? No, I guess not. Is another 4x. All right. It seems like I missed something here, but no, it's not 4x. There we go. So this is not correct. Let's try that again. We're distributing the 2. So 2 times 1 is just 2. There we go. So now I have 4x to the third plus 14x squared plus 10x plus 2. Now remember, we were supposed to multiply all that by 1/2. So fortunately, these are all even numbers, so I can take 1/2 of all of those. So I'm going to say 1/2 of 4 is 2. So 2x to the third. 1/2 of 14 is 7. So 7x squared plus 5x plus 2. And that is going to be my answer. All right. So a rectangular rug is placed on living room floor. The dimensions of the rug in the room are labeled. Write the simplified equation for the area of the floor not covered by the rug. So that is this space around the rug. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to find the area of the whole thing, and we're going to minus the area of the rug. All right, so we're going to start with 4x plus 3 times 5x plus 7. So 4x plus 3 times 5x plus 7. We'll distribute our 4x is 20x squared. That's going to be 28x. That's going to be 15x. And this is going to be 21. So the area of the whole thing is 20x squared plus 43x plus 21. And then the area of the rug is 3x minus 1 times x plus 4. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 4 is going to give us 12x. Then negative 1 times x is negative 1x. And negative 1 times 4 is just negative 4. So I have 3x squared plus 11x minus 4. That's the rug. So then my last step is I have to subtract. I'm going to take the big area minus the small area. So I'm just going to say, all right, I'm going to rewrite this with the signs changed. So this is really negative 3x squared minus 11x plus 4. Okay, so I've distributed the negative sign to all of the things in that second set of parentheses. And now I've turned it into a plus because that just makes more sense to me. So I'm just going to move these over here. And I'm going to say 20x squared plus 43x plus 21 minus 3x squared minus 11x and plus 4. So 20 minus 3 is 17x squared. 43 minus 11 is 32x. And 21 plus 4 is 25. So that is the area that's not covered by the rug. All right, we're going to do one more. Oh, actually, we'll do both of these. All right, write an expression for the perimeter of the whole house. So I know that if this is x down here, this has to be x up here. And if this is 10, then this has to also be 10. And then straight across 6 and x. So the whole perimeter of the whole thing, I'm going to do x plus 10. So x plus 10 plus 6. Plus 6. And then plus x. And then down here plus 10. Plus another x. Plus another x plus 6. Oof. All right, so I have 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. So I have 5 x's, and then I have 10 plus 6 is 16, plus another 10 is 26, plus 6 is 32, so 32. Okay, so that's the whole house. Write an expression for the area of the kitchen. So if the kitchen has the 10 and then the width is x, I'm just doing 10 times x, so that's just 10x. Okay? And then write an expression for the area of the kitchen and the bathroom. So I have the kitchen already done. The bathroom was 6 on one side and x on the other. So when I multiply those, I get 6x for the bathroom. The kitchen is 10x, so I'm going to add those together. So I have 6x plus 10x, and that's going to give me 16x. There you go. All right, one more. This one is going to look suspiciously similar to what's on your chest. So you're going to be able to do this. A rectangular area has a length that is 8 feet longer than the width. I'm going to go ahead and draw that. So you have the width, which they want you to call W. And the length is 8 feet longer, so that is W plus 8. Miss Willett wants to decrease both dimensions by 3 feet. So I'm going to say -3 here and -3 here. So they're both decreased by 3. What's the equation that represents the new area? Okay, so if I have W plus 8 minus 3, that's the same thing as W plus 5, right? So really, I could say W plus 5 is the length, and W plus 3 is the width. So to find the area, I'm just going to multiply those two things together. So if I do W plus 5 times W minus 3, then I just multiply them like I've been doing. So I have W squared minus 3W, and then plus 5W, and then minus 15. So I'm going to combine my like terms, these two in the middle. So I've got W squared plus 2W minus 15. And there you have it. Okay, area and perimeter, lots of examples, and you have some other stuff to do. So let me know if you have any questions.